Subpoenas could soon be issued to those not cooperating with the investigation into the Capitol siege. The chairman of the committee investigating the breach says the panel could send subpoenas within a week to companies and people who have not cooperated with record requests. So far, at least 650 people have been charged with crimes linked to the insurrection. Meantime, President Biden was on the world stage addressing the United Nations for the first time since taking office.
And he took on a number of issues here, from the pandemic to climate change and the botched withdrawal from Afghanistan. Our D.C. Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy live on Capitol Hill with a high-stakes speech today in New York City. Ben.
Calvin, Nicole, President Biden warned of a decisive decade and called on world leaders to unite on COVID, climate, and global conflicts.
Joseph R. Biden Jr.
President Biden took to the world stage of the UN Tuesday, his first time as commander-in-chief.
We stand, in my view, at an inflection point in history.
A history challenged by a pandemic and climate change, a focus of Biden's address to the General Assembly.
I believe we must work together as never before.
I thank you very much for the warm welcome.
He worked with UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson in the Oval Office after returning to the White House from New York.
But I think the most important thing today has been your speech, Joe, to hunger.
Biden announced $10 billion to fight hunger globally and invest in food systems. And to reduce greenhouse gases, said he'll work with Congress to double U.S. funding in an effort to mobilize $100 billion to support combating climate change, and asked all nations to follow suit. This as he continues to face criticism from world leaders about the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. But Biden defended his decision to leave, and in the Oval Office talked about the mission in the country now focused on humanitarian aid.
The U.S. and U.K. can continue our cooperation in Afghanistan and the Indo-Pacific and around the world.
And on Wednesday, President Biden will announce new plans to help vaccinate the world. But aside from his address tonight, the House voted along party lines to fund the government until early December. That bill now heads to the Senate, where it faces an uphill battle. Live in Washington, D.C., Ben Kennedy, Local 10 News.
Okay, we're going to continue to follow that. Thanks a lot.